Alright, so this is DC We the People News. Okay? Anything I say on here or do, just realize that I'm not an attorney, so I'm not giving legal advice. I may be giving my opinion as educational purposes only. And like I said, it's just my opinion. I cannot give you legal advice. Why? Because I'm not an attorney. That's why. Alright? But, however, I do think outside the box, people. I never look straight forward. I always look around me to be able to protect myself by any means necessary. And if you looked at my YouTube channel any at all, I got very different all through my videos. Why? Because I'm researching as myself for my benefit and not for anybody else's. Now, since it's a public video, I am more than glad and happy for you guys to kind of come along and think outside the box with me. You know, some of y'all may want to type in there, voice your opinions and all this kind of stuff. But again, the reason why I'm doing this is for my benefit. Okay? And test myself if I was in this particular deal. However, this is getting a little long. But we're going to walk through this because it's an interesting concept that people that's stuck in a box may see this and get a little lost because they go by hearsay about attorneys. Maybe, let's just go with this. Attorney gets a copy of this video. Well, the first thing it's going to say on there is sovereign citizen crap. Okay? Because that's just their stupid games they like to play on people. Okay? When you think outside the box, somehow or another, you all of a sudden became a sovereign citizen. Stupid attorneys. And some of them out there are good attorneys. So I'm not going to knock down all attorneys. But I'm definitely knocking down the stupid ones. Especially the ones that's calling sovereign citizens sovereign. Let me rephrase that. Especially the ones that's not saying they're a sovereign citizen. And attorneys are making assumptions and presumptions that they're sovereign citizens because they're not going by their rules of the way they was led into the slavery box of mind. Alright, so I'm going to be going through here off and on just for educational purposes and let you know what this man was actually trying to do. Okay, now there's a cause and effect of freedom. Alright, freedom is not really free. You have to fight for it every day. It's just way in nature, especially against government, because they just love to be your kings and like Cop says, well, I got a subject here. Well, a subject is beneath a king. You must kneel before them. So a cop wants you to kneel before him. Fucking idiots. Alright, enough of my rapping raving. Let's go.
I'm not even videoing. Jesus Christ. But I am now. Officer Comerfield is over here holding me unlawfully against my will when there's no crime have been committed or suspected of being committed. He can't articulate any crime that was about to be committed, that was in the commission of being committed, or was in the future going to be committed. He can't articulate none of it, but he's got me over here detained unlawfully and illegally, trying to violate my Fourth Amendment right when he's supposed to be somebody who swore an oath. He swore an oath. I'm talking right here to the camera. This is a material fact that listen, you're in a stopple right now. How about that? Because you won't give me a material fact. That means you have no right to the record in court. You understand?
So I'm not going to go through it, but you guys look up that word. Okay? Look up the definition.
Understand that, right? Okay. No, don't you understand that? For the record, this is the record, right? Well, you're the state. Listen, you're the public servant, not me. Right. You took a job to defend my rights, not to violate my rights. This is why I'm upset. I'm not violating. You're absolutely violating. You're holding me unlawfully and illegally right now, detaining me for absolutely zero reason.
I'm detaining you on a lawful traffic stop.
There's no lawfulness about this traffic stop. That's traffic. Where's the crime that had been committed?
It's a traffic violation.
Listen, the state was created by man, okay? And man controls...
We're going to stop there. It is not really law, y'all. It's a third-party corporation, which is called what we call the DMV. And the DOT officers are third-party corporations backing up the DMV and the state of Texas. Okay? Which we go back into code, statute, rules, and regulations, right? That's what Walmart has with their employees. And these code, statutes, rules, and regulations is in fact what the government is supposed to have on themselves and their employees, not on the people. We've been so misled, so far away from the Constitution, we don't even know how to think for ourselves anymore, y'all. And then the judges and the cops are gotten so spoiled of us volunteering and consenting and complying with their demands that judges, attorneys, and cops don't even realize they're violating your rights. Well, judges do, all right? They go to class, actually learn how. They become attorney, but when they decide to go to be a judge, they actually take a special class how to use trickery words to get you. Now, don't tell me that's not evil. They take a special class to trick you with words. People, and they're supposed to be there fair and equal balances for justice for everyone. My ass. They're there to violate you. All right, enough right now. Let's go.
The state, not the state controlling the man. It don't work like that, buddy. So you're telling me that this is not of the people, the government? You're not employed with my tax dollars? Is that what you're telling me?
Absolutely. You pay for
Okay, well then who do you work for? Can you get the light out of my eyes?
No.
Well then get out of here. Do something. Get your supervisor over here. How about that? Because you're racking up the bill right now that I'm going to be sending you.
You're racking it up.
No, you're definitely going to get a bill for this. I promise you. In the form of a lawsuit. I'll sue you privately all day long.
Supervisor's here.
Great.
So,
Now, realize a couple of things, and he probably don't even realize a lot of these things, to be honest with you. I don't know. I'm not in his mindset or know his paperwork. But really, right then and there, he actually gave notice to these officers. And they're agreeing to his terms. They actually have a contract now. It's a verbal contract. And the officers are now beneath him, believe it or not. Now, if he does his paperwork correctly, then he can get them into a situation where that qualified immunity does not actually work. I'll go a little further a little bit later on.
well, like I said, bro,
So let me talk to him. No, I need to talk to him because
he's coming.
you're unlawful and
He's coming.
I thought you just said he was here.
He's here.
Okay.
He's
well,
walking up.
there we go.
He is walking up.
Fine. I want to talk to him and I want to be respectful with him.
Right.
You're on video, sir. Just letting you know. There's my hands. We're all good.
You're good, man.
I've been here my whole life. He doesn't understand the law, and he's supposed to be out here to defend and protect my rights, not violate them. And that's all it is. He pulled me for a light being out, so he says, and I told him that you're violating my rights by trying to get you're violating my Fourth Amendment right by trying to get my person. I got a tag right there. That's all he's got to do is run it if he thinks I got warrants or something. But he has no lawful right to detain me, for one, and for two, there's no crime being committed. He can't articulate any kind of crime in commission or about to be committed or anything. So therefore, I have a right to travel and unmolested, a Fourth Amendment right to be safe and secure in my person.
Do you have your license on you, man?
I just said. I mean, that's what. Can you get a supervisor? Or are you not a supervisor?
I'm a supervisor.
Well, I need a lieutenant or something.
Well, we don't have a lieutenant.
All right, well, then y'all are. I don't know who y'all are. Then you got to give me your license if you want to contract with me. How about that? And this is all being recorded. So if you continue to violate my rights, then I will sue you personally in court or privately.
That's fine, man.
You're qualified.
Right there. He agreed to the terms. He waived his qualified immunity. Now, in his paperwork, would he actually disclose that? I don't know. I would, right? Keep this on record, look at it, and tell them. Because even though they have qualified immunity, absolute immunity, and all this kind of stuff, the only way they can really get rid of it is if they go outside the extreme, and or they can actually waive it. And that officer just waived it. Now, does this man know that he waived it? I don't know. I know he waived it. Because now the guy agreed to contract with this man here on this lawsuit. Just saying. The officer is really goofing up here if the man does this thing correctly. Of course, we got crooked judges, so it's a catch-22 position right here.
Immunity goes bye-bye. You understand that, right? And you're in estoppel right now if you don't, because you're holding a material fact from the courts. You're withholding material fact by not giving me your ID. I'm dead serious. This is facts. And this will stay in court. It'll be upheld in court. You have no right to the record in court when you're in estoppel. Do you understand that? That's the facts. This isn't my opinion. This is my opinion, or your opinion.
He says truck. All right.
It's a brand new truck, man.
We need your license, man. I'm not
gonna let you violate my. Call your supervisor or a lieutenant, please, so I can let them know, because they'll let you know. They're gonna educate y'all tonight. I'm sorry, but they will.
Who's gonna educate us?
Your uppers, your higher ups will educate you. I promise you, because you're violating my right right now. Did you swear?
Okay. That being said, I don't know about this guy. Okay, he may be kind of fairly new with these officers, but he's given them way too much credit of actually knowing any laws. I mean, these officers been trained and went to the same high school and regular school and college, some of us. They really do not know much more than we do. As a matter of fact, they got a limitation on IQ to be even hired. If it's too high, they can't be hired as an officer. Or it can be denied. You know, they can still be hired, but they can be denied. By the Supreme Courts, by the way, y'all.
An oath to protect my rights. I'm a taxpayer. Do you get paid by tax dollars?
Right.
No, this is the facts. I'm not answering any questions. There's no more questions I'm answering because y'all work.
Any questions, buddy?
Well, I understand, but don't ask me any because I'm not going to answer them. Yeah, you did. You said, "Can I have your ID?" That's a question.
So
that's a total violation of my rights.
Buddy, here's what's gonna happen. He pulled you over, okay, for a light being out. You even said that, right?
I didn't say nothing. I said he's suspected. Where's the crime suspected?
You don't have a light, okay?
Where? Show me the light.
Listen, if you want to get out, we can do all that. We can show you the light.
Okay.
But listen, okay, what's your first name?
Listen, I'll give you my first name. It's Andrew. There you go.
Okay, Mr. Andrew.
You got my tag. Why are you bothering me about? Because you want me to think that I'm that card in my wallet, right? You want me to think that card's actually me, that all caps name person? It's not. I'm a man, and I got the right to travel. God-given free right to travel. Y'all are public servants, and y'all work for the people. I'm one of the people. Sorry, that's the way it works. I promise you need to be schooled on the law if you're going to be out here enforcing the law. Because
okay, so we went into the defining words right there, and this is where I was kind of talk to you guys about, right? Now, I'm trying to make this simple, right? Man and women have rights. Persons don't. They have privileges. And what we have become numb to is that we're actually men and women. Oh, he's such a good person. She's such a good person and all that kind of stuff, right? We become in a habit of calling one another persons instead of men and women. Oh, he's such a good man. She's such a good woman, right? That's outside the jurisdiction. That is common law, constitutional deal. What they're operating is in code, statutes, rules, and regulations as a person with privileges. Okay? Now, they sprinkle a little constitution in there just for cover up to make you seem like you, they give you an illusion that you have constitutional rights as a person. But they can just take that right away because that right's actually a privilege. But wake up and realize this, y'all. If you look up the legal definition of person, okay, it's in contract or commercial business and all that. But a man, all right, to y'all's regulations, have you seen any laws that you guys call laws, any rules, regulations, code, statutes that says men and women? Or your name in general? Or does it say person? Okay? Now, according to their laws, they're going after the person. And this man, if he says he's a person, complies and not, and says he is a person, then he's agreeing by a tacit agreement that he's in contract with the state. Now, I am a little on the trickier side about driver's license. I'm a firm believer it's still commerce, but you should still have tags and an ID on there, driver's license. But I'm also a firm believer that when you're not operating in commerce, you do not need to show it, right? You just got the license and tags on your vehicle just in case you are in commerce. I know there's other licenses out there, but you could use this to your advantage. But sit and think about this. Most people's going to look at this and they're going to call this guy a sovereign citizen, but he's standing as a man. He's in common law. And when he goes after these people, he's going to go after them in a common law jurisdiction, not in civil law, right? Civil law is contract, people. Just saying, it's Roman civil law, or just what you guys call civil law in the United States, is a contract law. It's code, statutes, rules, regulations. It's contract. Municipal court. All right? Municipal court, the first judge you actually see, is a business court. Their only job is for the corporations of Walmart, Joe's Jack Shack down the road, dollar store. All right? If there's anything they're not complying with the ordinances in that township, they need to go and be fined and go see the magistrate for that being fined. But we've become so dumbed down, y'all, that we think these bylaws, that's bypassing the Constitution, state and federal, that we must comply with them. But if you really sit, legally speaking, by the way, legally and lawfully, if you look at these bylaws and run it against the state constitution and federal constitution, they're in conflict of one another. So it does not apply to you. Now, it may apply to McDonald's. In fact, when you have a job at McDonald's, you are now a person. You waived your rights as a man or woman. Okay, you're in commerce. That's the reason why you don't have First, Second, and Fourth Amendments and all that kind of stuff at McDonald's when you're working there, because you waived it. You are a person. When you off of work and you jump in your private conveyance, well, you're now back into the capacity of a man and a woman. You can stand on your rights and stay in common law jurisdiction. And, for me, the state, the Texas Republic, or the Republic of Texas. All right, that's common law, constitution, jurisdiction. The state of is a corporation, it's a business, which is code, statutes, rules, and regulations. All right, I want this Mr. and Mrs. State of Texas to show me what harm did I cause them. All right, let's go.
Right now, you're not qualified to be a police officer. I love police officers, trust me. My uncle's one, and my grandfather was one. Both retired from them. But I don't like bad cops.
Mr. Andrews.
And you're violating my rights right now. Absolutely, and it's on video.
But listen, okay? He pulled you over for a light. You said that's why he pulled you over, right? He pulled you over. You need to identify yourself, okay?
Why? Where's the crime? Where's the criminal act?
Having a light on your...
That is no crime. Where's the complainant? Where's the plaintiff?
He can give you...
I'm just asking simple questions, sir.
...a ticket to show you the...
All right. So we're going to go into this. Yeah, who is the victim? Who's the complainant, right? Now we're going into common law, complainant. Okay? If I was him, which I'm not, and I don't know how he does his paperwork, now the complainant, now he needs to be the complainant on these officers. Now he's going to should use 28 USC 1331 and use harm due to trespass and because now this guy got him seized without no victims, right? He is seized. There is a seizure there. There is no warrant. Now he is unlawfully arrested. Now, the code, statute, rules, regulations, maybe. But that being said, even persons sometimes has some protections, right? It's still privilege, and persons still can use this Fourth Amendment, right? What? Victim.
The statute number.
That's not law. The statute is not law.
Okay, then what is it?
It's a statute. It's not law.
Statute?
Yeah, that's right. People can't just make up laws, buddy. They make up statutes. When you violate the law is when you actually are in a criminal act. When you actually violate somebody's rights.
Okay.
When you trespass against them financially or physically. If you hurt them, then that's...
Mr. Andrew, so this is what's going to happen if...
Exactly, trespass. That is a common law word right there, right? Like I said just a second ago, right? That officers got him pulled over. And they say he's detained, but he's actually under arrest. Any type of seizure is under arrest. Well, now he's unlawfully arrested because that officer is making a legal determination in his executive branch. He cannot make this legal determination. Now, this guy may go to jail. I don't know what happened after this, right? But he may go to jail. However, if I was this man, right, I would be demanding them 3 times to go see the magistrate, because the magistrate can only make the legal determination. And yes, these magistrates are open 24 hours a day, or they wouldn't be issuing warrants at 3 o'clock in the freaking morning, people. Use these magistrates to your advantage, just as these officers are using it for their advantage. We got the same access, and not even more, people. These are our courts, and when it's a man, it's a right to use that court. When it's a person, it's a privilege.
You don't identify yourself. You're going to end up going to the jail, okay?
And you're going to get a lawsuit.
That's fine.
And you have
can
no
sue me.
right to go to court.
You can sue me.
Okay,
All
you
right?
think your qualified immunity is intact. It's not. You're in estoppel right now,
You're
buddy.
more than welcome to sue me all
You are
want.
in estoppel right now. I don't even have to answer any more of your questions. I don't even have to talk.
See, the arrogance that this officer just, you can sue me, you can sue me. Now, this is a tricky situation, but we talk about the First Amendment auditors and all this kind of stuff, right? Well, you can sue me, you can sue me, you can sue me. Well, they're not getting sued. Now, this man right here, if he does his paperwork right, he's actually going to go behind the doors. He's going to put that man in common law jurisdiction, and he's going to go after that man, that officer, as a man, right? Instead of plaintiff and defendant, it's going to be a complainant and wrongdoer. And it's going to be small names, not all in caps. So that way it's recognized on the paperwork that when this man, he's saying, man to man, I'm coming after this man. Right? Words matter. This all caps thing does matter. Just so you guys know. Alright? I don't know about a lot of these other things out there, but there is a difference, y'all. Alright? Or they went and taught us there was a difference in school. People sit and think about that. They taught these things in school. But all of a sudden, you get out of school and you're dumbed down thinking these things don't mean what they don't mean when you learn this in school.
But you're going to identify yourself.
No, I got a tag on this truck, don't I?
To identify yourself.
No, I'm not. I don't have an entity. I'm not an entity. I'm a live man, grown man. I'm not an entity. You can identify yourself. An entity is not a live man. Identity is an entity.
Entity.
That's what an identity is. You're IDing as this person that was created at your birth, bro. I'm just trying to educate you real quick on what's the law and what's not the law. Because y'all have been taught wrong, y'all been trained wrong, and it's violating people's rights, and I don't choose...
Now, I may be wrong, I may be right. Who knows? Again, this is my opinion. I'm not giving legal advice. But this is thinking outside the box and a learning experience, right? Now, the ID, the way I see this, is what the Bible calls a graven image. Just saying, right? It's a picture of you. And it's another of you, right? It's not you. But it's an other you. It's a graven image. And even in the good book says not shall not have a graven image. And think about it, y'all. Even the Bible says this is not okay. But that's my opinion, okay? Not y'all's.
To get my rights violated. Not my first, second, third, fourth, fifth, any of them, because I know them. Can you tell me what the Third Amendment is? Can you tell me what the Fourth Amendment is?
We're going to go back on a simple thing, right? I want to see your ID. And you guys automatically comply. Do you have an ID? Yes, I do. Well, in all actuality, for me, the state of Texas own that ID. I do not own it. They have a copyright on it. I don't have any copyrights on that ID. Now, I can use that ID to maybe to benefit me and my persons, like going to banks and buy alcohol and all that kind of stuff. But in generally, it's not yours. The Social Security number is not yours. The birth certificate is not yours. This is all government property. You just have a privilege of using it. Right? So think about these things, y'all. Whether they use it for stocks and bonds and all that kind of stuff, I don't know. All I know, it's still not mine. Right? I don't own that driver's license. I don't own the birth certificate. And I don't own the Social Security card. That's all government's property.
I'm not going to sit here.
You have to answer questions because you're a public servant.
I'm not answering any of your questions.
Well, then you're not a true law enforcement officer. I don't have to. I'm a man. I control it.
And they actually are supposed to answer questions, right? They're supposed to let you know why are they harming you. But the lawyers and judges put that blanket over them, right? You're supposed to challenge these officers and say, hey, why and how do you have just jurisdiction and jurisdiction over I? And they're supposed to actually explain that to you. And this ID, they're supposed to actually have 3 sets of ID. So is judges, by the way. If you call them out, this is their laws, not mine, right? They're supposed to show verifiable proof. Again, this is their laws, not mine.
I control what I created. The people created the state. You work for the state. I don't identify with that person because I don't choose to act in that capacity right now. That's what you don't understand, and I will sue your ass off if you don't get a lieutenant out here to school you on this. I promise you, they will school you if you can get somebody that's higher up out here. But until then, you're in estoppel, and you have no qualified immunity. I don't even know who you are. You could be a clown right now in a clown suit, and that could be, you could be impersonating a cop right now. I have no clue, because you won't identify yourself, which is withholding a material fact in court. You don't understand that?
Now, what he was saying about that, right? He's telling that officer that he's going to be suing him, making a claim. Now, when you say suing him, all right, that's the wrong word. And if he's going to sue him, they're probably going to do the 42 in 1983, which I would stay out of that situation altogether. You just make that. But he should be saying, I'm going to be filing a claim on you. You know, I'm not going to sue you by their rules, regulations, statutes, and codes. I'm going to go on the common law jurisdiction that you trespass upon my inalienable rights, buddy. You ignored my constitutional rights that I stand on. And what this man is actually doing, he's operating in common law jurisdiction. But this officer don't even know what a common law jurisdiction is. And again, I don't know if he's just challenging them or if he really believes these officers actually know that there is 2 different jurisdictions, common law jurisdiction and code, statutes, rules, and regulations jurisdiction. Civil jurisdiction is the way you guys would look at it. But yeah, quit saying suing them. You're going to file a claim. Okay?
Well, I don't know that. Let me see your ID.
I don't know who you are.
Then let me see. Well, you're the one messing with me, wanting to contract with you. I don't want to contract. I will not contract. I do not consent.
I agree, right? These people are trying to contract with him. They're trying to get him to consent. And this is what we do. We keep on waiving our rights and complying with these people. We're unknowing, volunteering information. Let me give you an example. Look up your Constitution. Does anywhere in the federal Constitution or your state Constitution says that you have a right to remain silent except give ID? Or except give me your name? Or does it say you have a right to remain silent? Period. People. Because remember, the ID is the beginning of the process of court. That's what that law is designed to do, is to bypass your Fifth Amendment rights and make you convinced to comply and give consent and volunteer to enter the courts.
The contract.
And be honest, the way this is actually supposed to work, this officer is supposed to get as much information he can, lawfully, right? Maybe take a picture of him, take it to the prosecutor, and the prosecutor and the judge will decide whether they're going to go ahead and proceed forward on this issue here, because that officer cannot make a legal determination. But we've given these officers so much authority over something they don't even have authority over. They cannot make a legal determination, and yet they're doing it.
With the state.
Okay.
And that's it. Until you can figure out a criminal act for you to actually have a reason to be able to lawfully get my identification, I'm not giving up my Fourth Amendment right. I'm sorry that you swore an oath to uphold and protect.
So you're refusing to give your identification?
I don't answer questions.
All right.
Am I being detained?
Now, that right there, I would say I'm not insisting. Or just to get that little extra hump in there, right? Now, because if it was me, I would be believed that you trespassed upon my rights and arrested me illegally. So I would say I'm not insisting in your criminal activities, because I'm under the guise now, since I'm being falsely arrested, that I'm being kidnapped. Now, why am I going to volunteer my information if I believe that I'm being kidnapped? Now, for some of y'all out there, that is not a sovereign citizen crap. Quit getting man mixed up with person. Quit getting man and person mixed up with sovereign citizen. Quit. All right, this is We the People News. Bye, y'all.